Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about game modes. Actually, we're going to be talking about one game mode in particular and only one small feature of that game mode. Now in Minecraft there are quite a few different game modes, and the ones you'd be most familiar with is of course survival and creative. And I don't think I need to go into what those do. However, the next most well-known one is spectator mode. Now spectator mode is when you can fly around, you're invisible to other players, and you can't interact with the world in any way. Well, actually, except in one tiny small way. In reality, it is just another way of viewing, or spectating if you will. However, it is not that well known, but if you go up to a mob while in spectator mode and click on them, you'll actually gain the perspective of that mob. For example, like the zombie here. Now this changing of perspective is known as mob view, and it is not limited to just zombies of course, it works with pretty much any mob, as well as a few other things. But it's also not just as basic as changing the perspective. For example, for some mobs, it can change your whole view. It sort of adds a filter over it. For example, with a creeper, everything turns green, and it's sort of more pixelated. And with a spider, you get this sort of I don't know how to describe it. You've got like 8 eyes or something, so you can see from lots of different perspectives. And with a cave spider, you get the same thing, but it is tinged slightly redder. And finally, with an enderman, all the colours in the world are inverted, and you've got this sort of weird looking view of the world. Interestingly enough, this change of perspective is not just for some mobs. In fact, it works with pretty much any entity. For example, armor stands, it works. Of course, it doesn't move around or anything, but it works. And even end crystals, it works. Which is kind of, well, weird. And finally, while I cannot demonstrate this myself, I know for a fact that you can use the same perspective shifting on different players, so that you can gain the perspective of the player to see what they're looking at. A thing that is used quite often on servers to give them an advantage when it comes to telling whether someone is using hacks or not. That's it for today, so thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike. If you want to subscribe, please do. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't have any obligation to. In fact, you don't even have to keep subscribed to me if you already were. And leave a comment if you want to. Tell me something. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.